Right, today I'm helping out another Sparky, and the original plan, this is a barn which is getting converted, and they need to power it. They put the panels on, there's no power in there, or there is actually, there's a little like 2.5 mil on the house, but they're going to convert it, so they want a bigger supply. So it's like a 7 kilowatt solar system, I think, so they need to power that, but also power the they're going to have, like, maybe it might be like an Airbnb, or don't know, owner's not quite sure yet. So basically got to get power to it. So we've got a 10 mil 3-core, which was the original plan by the original Sparky, was going to be a catenary wire from up there and down and then in. But I've come in, I've gone just that's quite a large span with quite a decent sized cable. It's probably better to do it in the ground. So we can still do the work today, and the client actually prefers that, and I've told him it'll be a lot more aesthetically pleasing if you get a builder to dig between the house and the barn and pop a duct in than have this large cable from up there sagging. I mean, it still get it tight, but it still have a sag in it, and at least on the floor over a few seasons it will weather. I think it will look a lot nicer. So builders come in to dig down 600 mil, pop in 2 ducts, one for the power, the 10 mil 3-core, and one for, they're having 3 Cat 5s in here, one for internet, one for the solar, and something else. So we can still do some work today. So we're still going to run the cable in, we're going to get the cable, we're probably going to cleat it along here, down behind this pipe, and leave it ready to go in the duct. And I'll show you in a minute, but we're going to get into loft, cleat along, and the board is somewhere about there, upstairs. So yeah, bit of a topsy-turvy day, but we'll get it done. Absolutely bloody perfect. Nice. Right, sleeve the cables. These are for the Cat 5s coming from the router to the barn. Sleeve the cable going through. Big old hole. I had to do quite a bit of an angle to get up underneath the floor up there. But there's gonna put a whisker box here, 100 by 100 whisker box, and then gland out and down under the bell cast, keep them along, and then through here. This wall I've just drilled through and sleeved through the stone wall here to bring the Cat 5s. It's external grade Cat 5. So we're going to cleat them along the bell cast, through the stone wall, along here, and then leaving it cored up. And then Mr. Builder Man is doing his thing, and we're going to drop 2 ducts straight through to get over to the new barn. Slow down, mate, slow down. Yeah.
Pull that one in slowly.
Yeah.
Right, that's it there.
Cool.
And the other 2 are about the same, so you can pull them.
Yeah.
That's it there.
Cool. That's enough to go downstairs to the switch. So floorboards under floorboards. So not bothering getting the second layer of floorboards up, because this board will just go back over the top of it. Boss, job done. No point trying to make that good. That hole there, you can see my torch. So we're through to there, and then I've done another one here, which there is a joist there, so we'll just do a 20 mil hole, 22 mil hole through there, and then down there, I hope, I did see under the stairs a little gap. So yeah, I'll go down. Yeah. And I'll push the time up and see if it comes up through that gap. Yeah. Right, that's done. Conduit's in. Out the bottom, it floats out the bottom. It's going to be cleated on the underside of the bell cast. Going to get some 40 mil ducts.
Definitely cut this out,
Oh, have you?
Just once, a couple of wires there, and the galvanised stuff there has gone through as well. This is like BT or something.
Yeah, I think that's
dead anyway.
Yeah, I think it's like future
A pull, maybe.
for the door. I think anyway, my best guess. Anyway, nothing's gonna bang in there. I don't want to worry about it. It'll be extra low voltage anyway if it is. Yeah. Looking nice though. Oh, apparently you got to do the toilet or something. Have you got to drain sometime later, have you? Or?
Yeah, but you're prepared mentally to do that. And I'll have a digger as well.
Yeah. Is that all the slack? Is that all the slack? Cool, all right. Yeah, that's a little bit more. What, that I can pull through? That I can pull through? No? All right, yes, yeah. Perfect. All right, got the armoured cable in. Still need to gland it, still need to put a couple of cleats in. It's a 10mm armoured. It's coming from this board. Not done by me, by the way. Done by someone else. Which initially I was like, oh, nice. Sweet job. Look at that. Nice. And then fucking masking tape instead of blanks up here. But anyway, that's it for today. We'll come back next week, gland it in. The builder's done the trench now, so I'll go and check that out. Order up some ducting, bosh it in, get the cable through next week, terminate it, get it into the board. Happy days. If you can do it when you've got ducts, and you've got the space, run the cable in and then flop it into the trench rather than trying to do it, you know, if it's in the trench and with bends and stuff like that. Just a little fucking wanky tip. Fucking raining, right. IP 65 that now. Whew. Right. There is a difference in floor level. I'm aware of that, which is why I was drilling it quite a steep angle. Of course, because it's quite a deep wall, it's like 500, 600 deep. I thought not a problem because because my bit is so long, the length of it and the angle, I will travel quite far, I'll get quite high. But clearly, perhaps I misjudged it. But I've gone again like a stone brick higher. And you just saw me punch through then, hopefully. There it is. There it is. Oh, thank fuck for that. Thank fuck for that. Yeah, go on then. Hang on. Right. Yeah, go on then. Hang on. Just pull that one. Yeah. And the other one, this one. Pull that one. No, the other one. That's it. Right, now all three together, and the conduit's coming through now as well. Lovely. That's it, mate. So you can see what I've done now. I've just done a little 90 little set into the top of the duct, just for a bit of aesthetics, and just because I'm going to sleeve through the wall anyway. I thought I'll just dive it into there. A little bit tricky with 25. I was never going to get a 25mm bend with the 10mm 3-core in, but I pulled that out, bent it, and then pushed it in. You might think over the top, you might think I've not gone far enough, but I'm going to put a bit of band in there and a bit of band in on there, just to keep them tightened together. and then get Mr. fucking Builder to fill that with, I don't know, concrete or something when they come, and you got to do more work and dig the drive up again to do like a toilet and stuff like that. So yeah, and then we'll go on and do inside. I waffled a bit then. I thought I'd enunciate. The armoured cable is going to be cleated low level, and then probably sweep up and then put the board maybe here, and then maybe grind out the bottom or grommet at the bottom to feed the solar stuff, and then the Cat 5s are going to come along on a conduit, probably sat just above the armoured cable or maybe below it actually, so then it can pass straight by and come up somewhere here, maybe on the underside somewhere. I'll leave them just floating out and coiled up for the solar guys, and then the Wi-Fi probably conduit up, coiled up there, because in the future you might want an access point or a wired connection, just leave it coiled up there. I had to bring the cables in at that height, and my first couple of drills were below the floor level, so actually I've had to bring them up, which is why on the outside the ducting is higher than I wanted it to be. Oh, we've even been good boys and backfilled it a little bit, just left a few inches at the top. But so yeah, originally I wanted it to go in somewhere right here, like come straight out and then go straight through. But that's floor level. Even with the angle, I was nowhere near. I was still hitting the floor, like underneath the floor. So I had to bring it up, and had enough slack on the duct, so I brought that up as well. Bent the armoured round and in, and I've conduited down into the duct. Probably seal that up with something before we go. But yeah, that's it. Through there, and then the Cat 5s go along low level back into the house over there, and the armoured cable is up there. As it is with, as you know, when you're subbing, you've got to use what you've got and what you're given. So you try and do the best you can with, you know, with everything you've got. So here, I've just floated the external grade Cat 5s out through the hole, went up for the Wi-Fi and brought it straight into a through box, and all the way along. So here's what it is. Get the board mounted, plan that armoured in, feed the solar panels, and then do the other end. I know this is kind of shit that people go, oh, it's fucking way over the top, just a bit of tape will do. Yeah, a bit of tape will do. Yeah, that's fine. But I like to use heat shrink. If you're geared and set up for it, it doesn't take any more time. And brass nut and bolt, standard. It's a shame that the SWA gland came with the VZP, the zinc plated nut, but again, I'm subbing today, but try and do the best I can. I've got a few little bits and bobs I can use, like brass nuts and bolts I've brought to the table. But yeah, when you're subbing, you're kind of dictated to, aren't you, really, by what you got. But right, let's get this board on. Right. Do you want me to like show you how to make off an armor cable? I mean, everyone and their mum has shown people how to do it. There's only a couple of ways of doing it. There are a couple of little tricks, but everyone and their mum has done them on here. So. What's that?
Your steps are leaving my van rather than by the door. So I guess
Okay. Now to do the other end. Honestly, so many people go, oh, fucking what a waste of time when it comes to like heat shrinking and things like that and crimping. But if you're set up for it, it doesn't take me any longer than people who don't do it. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get the armour into the top of this. Pop a cleat in. I think the dude I'm working for has got a 50 amp breaker. Get it in, get it tested, and then terminate the Cat 5s. Then we're done. was my first mark, and then I realised, of course, you've got the lip on the inside where the lock ring won't quite sit flush, so I moved it across by like, you know, a centimetre just to get it off that. So there might be a little kink, but I'd rather do that than have it trapped up against the not level, not flush with the top of the board. But yeah, reaming pen, get one, so handy, always in my pocket. That right, yeah, I think I mentioned earlier, you don't really want me to show you how to make off an armoured cable, do you? Like, honestly, there aren't many ways of doing it. There are a couple little tricks that I think a few people have posted over the years I've been on Instagram to make it a little bit quicker and easier. And like, I think Grant's got a good one with the cable tie thing, you know, to know where your gland is if you're sweeping in and you need to know where you're gonna do your start your stripping. One where you poke the shroud downwards to make a nice tight seal, that's a good one. But yeah, you don't want me to show you how to terminate a gland, you know what I mean? SW gland is pretty straightforward, isn't it? Hacksaw, knife, grips. Let me know. I've seen people also use a cable tie around the armoured cable so they can do a straight score on their first cut with their junior. So if you do have to tape to identify a conductor, I always do all of it, the full length. I always prefer to do the full length. There's only fucking 20p worth of extra tape, and always let gravity do its thing. So let the tape naturally hang down. I mean, normally I do it with two hands. It's quite tricky to film one-handed, but let gravity hang the tape down, and it keeps it nice and tight and taut. When you're trying to do it the other way, like away from you or trying to go upwards, it goes all crinkly and it looks horrible. So if you haven't got heat shrink, then and you have to tape, let gravity do the work for you, you know, like that. I haven't got any blue heat shrink, and neither of us, the guy I'm working for and me, both for some reason don't have green and yellow tape. So I've got some heat shrink for the CPC, but got tape for the neutral. Oh my god, I'm gonna bond both ends of the cable. Yes, I am. All right, get over it. I'm gonna bond both ends. Always do, or where practicable. Sometimes, and if you have to do it or just do it one end, of course, we all do it at the supply end. Really, that's the best place to do it. But if you can, do it at both ends. Do it at both ends. It's easy enough to do. People just tend to not to do it because they're like, it's all right, we'll just do it at the supply end, it's fine. Which it is compliant and it is fine, but I don't know. I've always just done it at both ends. Yeah? But yeah. Don't cry or send me messages. Oh, wasting your time. Look, I'll do me, you do you. All right, princess? The bloke I'm working for might be a Milwaukee Queen, but he remembered fucking blanks after I spotted it last time I was here.